Hello everyone, my name is PolishLynx and I've got an internship. Finally got an interview and got through it pretty smoothly. However, the moment that video is uploaded, it's been a long time ago probably. Well, whatever. Let's go with the story of everlasting summer now. We are returning from the beach with Lena and she stopped at the square. Well, I have to go. Okay. Thank you for today. Yes. Lena turned around and headed to her cabin and I kept standing where I was. What the hell was that? The dance, that sudden change in the mood, and then everything was back to normal. It was like I was embracing another Lena in that short moment. That's right. She was herself. She seemed a completely different person. Maybe I didn't know her well enough. I had a feeling before that Lena hides something under her mask of shyness. It takes much longer than 2 days to understand someone. Damn, what should I do? Maybe I was just seeing things. I walked to the leader's cabin. The whole camp was sleeping, so there was no one to see me. So what? What's wrong with a pioneer taking a walk at night? When I was almost at the door, I heard a noise behind me. The branches of the bush near the trees rustled as if someone moved there. There shouldn't be any wild animals around here. Someone must have been watching me. That very moment, I rushed in the direction of the noise, forced myself through the bushes and looked around. It was too dark and I didn't see anything or anyone. There was no point in going on. Even if someone was watching me, he must have been gone already. I went back to the cabin. The light inside was on. Looks like she's still awake. Semyon, where have you been? Does it matter? You are hot. What do you mean, where? Me and Lena have been sorting medical supplies in the infirmary. I told you before that I would do that in the evening. Really? When was that? Took you long enough. I was in the infirmary about half an hour ago. It was closed and the lights were off. Well, we decided to have a little walk. I'm fretting about you while you were out having a walk. Well, sorry. I'll let you know beforehand next time. Please do. Go to bed, it's late. I can't help agreeing with her. It was by any measure a hard day. I was too tired to think about the evening's events and I doubt I would have any decent thoughts. The main thing is that I have not a single idea how to react to all of this. To Lena, to the camp, to this whole world. I practically haven't spent even a minute on looking for answers. Moreover, I've been avoiding it as if the possible discovery scared me. And Lena? The time I spent with her was much more important than all of my attempts to return to the real world. I could worry myself for a long time, trying to understand what I did wrong and what I didn't do at all, but exhaustion overcame me. Day 4. I woke up with a hellish ringing inside my head. The ringing seemed to be coming from the depths of my consciousness. But after I came to my senses, I realized that the cause of the ringing is my alarm clock. Strange, where did it come from? Why is it standing near my bed? It was 7:30, according to the clock. Olga Dmitrievna had already left and there was nobody to force me to go to the lineup. Thus, I can sleep a bit more. I closed my eyes, but seemed like my consciousness had already had its coffee and was ready for a long, productive day. I need to get up. I should play my day out. After all, I need to at least find out something today. But still, nothing came to my head. Fine, I need to wake up completely and wash myself. On my way to washstands, I met Xenia. What got you up so early? Anything wrong with being up early? She looked at me as if I had insulted her. No, nothing. Just curious. None of your business! Gosh, Zena isn't very sympathetic even when she's in a good mood. But today, she just looked furious. The cold water perked me up, the fog in my head dissipated, and my thoughts started arranging themselves. Curiously, I started to worry about finding a good place in the canteen more than about finding answers. I brushed my teeth and was going to leave when a quiet sound wafted past my ears. It's probably a squirrel or some other animal. I heard another sound, this time a bit further. I walked 10 meters along the path, searching for the source. Nobody, just the morning forest. I returned to the washstands and saw Miku, who was looking for something in the grass. Noticing me, she smiled and jumped up to me. Oh, hello, good morning. I accidentally scattered my tooth powder, just trying to gather it all back up. The dewy grass didn't seem to be helping matters. Are you sure that's a good idea? Well, why? What else can I do? I don't have any more. It was the last I had. She pouted like a child who had just had her favorite toy taken from her. Here, I'll give you mine. I dug into my bag. No tooth powder there. Strange. Didn't I just put it there? I walked away for just a minute, and now it's gone. Listen, it looks like I have forgotten it. I didn't want to tell her that it had just gone missing. Knowing the sensitivity of this girl, it was safe to assume that vanished household goods would impress her so much that her brain would reset itself in order to avoid overheating. Well, I'll be off. Yeah, cheers! Visit us! Visit me in the music club. I'm still alone there. But I... Miku's voice faded in the freshness of the summer morning far behind me. Getting back to the leader's cabin, I took my cell phone and looked at the battery meter. Enough power for a day, maybe even less. Of course it won't help me much in here, but still. Finding a charger in the 80s would mean inventing it. I was going to head for breakfast when somebody knocked the door. It was Lena. Good morning? Yeah, good morning. I was taken back a bit. The events of the previous day were still fresh in my memory, but I didn't really want to speak about them. You are probably looking for Olga Dmitrievna, aren't you? Well, no. Yes. Lena was her usual self, shy and easily embarrassed. That dance on the pier. Now it seemed no more than a dream. She's not here, sorry. Okay then. I'll go. Okay. When Lena left, I thought that I'd been too cold towards her, so I decided to be nicer on our next encounter. Still, regardless, the morning was shining and beautiful. The bright sun was shining over the space, and time-displaced pioneer camp Sovyonok, warming its residents and filling them with energy to spend a day productively. Or, in my case, to waste it in futile efforts to find an explanation for everything happening here. There was an unusually large crowd near the canteen. Of course, there was no other place in the camp that Pioneer loved as much as the canteen, but why were they all crowding on the porch? I came closer to find out what's going on. It looked like all the camp had gathered at the porch. There were all the familiar girls, Olga Dmitrievna and Electronic. Okay. Oh, alright. They were having a lively discussion. I drew closer. Semyon. Have you seen Shurik today? Nope. What's the matter? We haven't been able to find him since early morning. Disappearing pioneers. Well, that's something new. But he was with you yesterday. She was talking to Electronic. Yeah, he was. So you woke up this morning and he wasn't anywhere to be found? No. Why didn't you come to me immediately? Well, I thought that he got up earlier and went to wash up or something. Did he mention anything yesterday? Interjected Slavia. For example? That he was going somewhere, for instance? Nope. What exactly is so horrifying about that? It's only 9 AM, he might have decided to go for a walk. You don't know Shurik? She looked over at me seriously. Well, no, I don't. But I didn't see anything suspicious in this situation. Okay, let's stop panicking. We'll find him. How could he miss breakfast? Uliana grinned. Exactly, time to eat away. The pioneers proceeded into the canteen. Yet again, I had no choice where to fit in. The only free place was at the table with Alisa and Uliana. Take a seat! She pointed at the chair next to her. I sat down. Aren't you gonna get your food? Good idea. I hadn't thought about that. Today's breakfast didn't look much different from yesterday's, but it looked more appetizing. Or maybe I was just very hungry. Or maybe I was eager to finish it off as soon as possible to avoid yet another Uliana prank. Wanna go to the beach with us today? When? Right after breakfast. Generally speaking, relaxation wasn't on my agenda today, but if I was going to spend my time thinking, why shouldn't I do it while getting a suntan? Sure, why not? Cool! She smiled nicely. I bet you're planning another prank. No, not at all! Uliana waved her hands at me. She sure is. Alice agreed. She's always like that. No way! I think she's right. Nobody believes me. Uliana took her tray of dirty dishes and stood up. Enjoy your meal, she said in such a way which left no doubt. Nothing good awaits me today at the beach. Me and Alisa were left alone. You know, I guess I shouldn't go with you after all. Why is that? Well, I've got something to do. And what exactly would that be? She looked in my eyes, and I couldn't even find an appropriate excuse. I don't even have a swimsuit. Try mine. You think it will fit me? Give it a try. Okay. No, let's not try. I don't think it's worth the effort. Don't be a wimp. We'll find you some swimming trunks. Those words only added to my fear. Wait for me by the canteen. I'll be back soon. Okay. There's nothing wrong with waiting for her, is there? Finishing my breakfast, I left the building and sat on the stairs. Pioneers, all having their own businesses, hurried past me one by one. No. This rendering is taking longer than usually. No one stopped by me. No one even looked in my direction. It seemed that they didn't consider me a stranger, but exactly the opposite. Just another teenager by age. A comrade, you could say. I caught myself thinking that I had started to consider this camp and its inhabitants with not as much caution as I had on the first day. Indeed, Alisa was back in a couple of minutes. Ready? Ready for what? She gave me the trunks. Though you hardly could call them trunks. They looked like pink boxers decorated with butterflies and flowers. Actually, they were boxers. I'm almost afraid to ask, but where do you get these? Too scared to put them on? Well, you know, I have not the slightest intention of doing so. I appreciated her joke, but wasn't going to make myself a laughingstock. Put them on! She said roughly. Why don't you try them on instead of me? I think that the color of the swimsuit would set off your eyes very nicely. Let's make a bet. I had no desire to accept her bets. No thanks. Alright, you either go to the beach wearing them or you swim naked. Weigh the pros and cons, even the second option seems better than the first. I'm not planning to go anywhere at all. Then I will tell everyone that you left these trunks in my cabin. Why would I do that? How should I know? She burst into laughter. I didn't want to argue with Alisa, so I decided to go to the beach in the end. But not in those flamboyant trunks. Okay, I'll be there in 10 minutes. Don't be late. She ran off after saying that. I dragged my feet to the leader's cabin to get a towel and to hopefully find something like trunks. Olga Dmitrievna was waiting for me in the room. Semyon, did you hear anything about Shurik? Same as half an hour ago. I walked to my bed and took a towel. Are you going somewhere? Yeah, to the beach. Wait, do you have swimming trunks? You came here without any luggage, as I recall. Strange, that fact didn't seem to surprise her during our first encounter. No. So what will you wear? Good question. What? I don't know. Wait a minute. She walked to the wardrobe and unlocked the drawer. In a moment she had a pair of normal black trunks. Where did she get those? More importantly, why? Did someone from the previous session might have forgotten them? Considering all the strange things in this camp, it wasn't really surprising to find men's swimming trunks in Olga Dmitrievna's room. Thanks. The trunks were just my size. Okay, let's end the episode here. And we'll see each other in the next one. Bye.